Hi guys, welcome back to another SciCraft Blitz recap. So it's day 9 already. Yesterday I was actually mostly busy recording a Schalke farm tutorial. This will be released later on the channel and I only had 2 hours of time to play on here, but nevertheless we got plenty to show. It's actually start of an update on the Cactus Farm project. Process had some time to build the furnace array and the carpet duper to supply it with fuel. We discussed a little bit what we should actually use as a fuel for the furnaces. This time we actually decided to just build a carpet duper. It's the easiest solution. Of course, it's a little bit cheaty. It's not something we would ever do on a peaceful server or on SciCraft because if you have more time, then I'm also willing to build a more sophisticated, for example, bamboo farm to supply furnace with the fuel. But since we only have 30 days, we're taking the shortcuts. We never said we're not going to do any duping. So let's check out the carpet duping system. This is really the easiest solution to get fuel. In case you don't mind the cheatiness, just some carpet dupers here, which distributes the carpets over the furnaces. Cactus is coming in for the top, and let's take a look inside. So I started up the carpet duper like 10 minutes ago. It takes a while until the slots of the furnaces fill up and the hoppers in the back, but we already got about 80 furnaces running. I think this has been running for a couple hours before already, so I could quickly lock one of the hoppers below. I think this was also not really thought through. Yeah, there we go. Ice immediately melting. Should probably replace it. Anyway, I got 75 levels right now. Let's take out an item, and we got to 76. Pretty sure somebody already took some out earlier. Let's maybe check this furnace over here. I was hoping for a little bit more, but we can also maybe show this tomorrow after the furnaces ran a little bit. Okay, this has actually not been running for a very long time. It's a bit disappointing. So we're gonna let this run for longer, and then we'll check it out tomorrow. Then we should get a lot more levels. We also got a couple smaller farms to check out at the main island. Just want to have a brief discussion about the goal of the series. So in the beginning we said we want to build a farm for each renewable item, but there was already some discussion, mostly on stream, to which extent we actually want to pursue the goal. There are very exotic items you can farm. For example, lightning strike that hits turtles. In case the turtle gets killed, cause it to drop a bowl. It's just an Easter egg that Mojang added. So technically you could make a farm for that. These have spawning-based turtle farm or a breeding-based one. Then place down a lightning rod and wait for thunderstorm to kill the turtles to collect bowls. But on the other hand, you could also just take some logs from a tree farm and craft way more bowls in 1 minute than you could ever get from a turtle farm in a month. So we're not quite sure to which extent we actually want to do this. So it was mostly about having fun for 30 days, trying to get as much done as possible, but we don't take it quite as literal with the farm every renewable item. So for example, a possibility to farm potions that witches could drop. That's something we could do, but we can also just build a brewing system. So anyway, we're already starting to build a couple more of the exotic and not so useful farms. I'm not sure who built this yesterday. Got a sea pickle farm as well now. So I just spawned me some sea pickles on top of a coral block. Got a shifting floor, so all the sea pickles will generate here. Sent into water stream and then to a Schalke box filling system. It produces a very high amount of sea pickles per hour. I think almost 100,000. Nobody ever needs that, but we have it on the server as well now. Okay, then you can also have the discussion to which extent we're gonna build the farm. So you got small farms, for example, for the glowberries, just a piston setup, or the weeping vines, twisting vines, kelp, and bamboo. So we could also put a check mark next to those farms, but I kind of want to build a larger kelp farm, for example. Maybe also a larger dripstone and glowberry farm, but technically we have those farms now. Next, I want to give you an update on another mega project, the storage system is almost finished. And I couldn't believe this when I heard it. When I came back from recording the SciCraft farm tutorial, they've been building on this for the whole day and they almost got it done. So the main part of the storage system is fully built up. We just need to assign items to the item filters, and there's a couple of side wings that also need to be built up. For example, there will be a crafting system and a brewing system, a couple of other systems on top of that. So the plan at the moment is to wait until it's fully finished, and then we're going to show you in detail how this works. We also managed to run out of leather yesterday. Mostly it was needed for the item frames, and decided to upgrade our Hogland farm. So we had the early game farm that supplied us in the beginning some leather, but yeah, in the long run it wasn't really enough, mostly because we didn't have a proper storage system. We only had 2 chests here at the bottom, so we decided to build a bigger one and still haven't added a proper storage system. We only got a couple of double chests that are also overflowing already. I should really fix this up and add some kind of dropper elevator and shulker box fillers to it. But anyway, now got plenty of leather. The new farm is a lot more efficient. So Methods was designing this last week. It reaches, I think, up to 15,000 items per hour. So we just have a lot more spawning spaces. All the hoglins would pathfind towards the middle. They're scared of the warped fungus here in flower pots. Has to be in flower pots and not just on a dirt block, in order to not mess with the pathfinding. So the hoglins, when they're scared, try to pathfind towards full blocks. That's why we don't want to use dirt, using the flower pots instead. Also made a little bit of a mistake. I just quickly built this yesterday. This needs to be, of course, built in a crimson forest biome in order to avoid any gas spawning. And some parts here didn't really check carefully were in a nether waste biome, so I just removed some slabs here in the back. Okay, but it's working pretty well. The powder snow is also used here. It's just a superior trapdoor. So we're not using the good old trapdoor trick for once. You can also just use powder snow. You will also try to pathfind over that and then sink through. So there we go. It falls through lava and burn up at the bottom. Alright. I guess I'll add a proper storage system to this on stream if I find the time, but yeah, there's definitely enough to supply any server with food and leather. Last thing I want to report on is the progress I made on the Amethyst farm. So I was digging out 3 of the geodes yesterday. So this one was already dug out. Here we got another smaller one, and then I dug out 2 large ones here in the back. Mostly remove the blocks around. Might need to maybe even add a beacon and remove some of the stone as well. Once we start building the automatic farm. And here in the back we got 1 more. Also talked to Process again. Actually said that we have 9 geodes in range. Turns out it's actually only 6. And to be honest, I'm almost a little bit relieved, because now I only need to build farms for 6 of the geodes. It's not gonna be a lot of fun to build their farms for this. So I'm probably just gonna quickly put something together, like on Peaceful. Don't put too much thought into this, just have a working farm that might not be as efficient as it could be. Alright, so that's what happened on day 9 on the SciCraft Blitz server. For day 10, I already have plans. I want to build a proper snow farm, continue with the geodes here. And slowly but surely, we also need to design some farms for items we haven't really made farms for. For example, if we say we want to farm every renewable item, it's also renewable. The little amethyst, what are they called? Buds. A small amethyst bud, medium amethyst bud. Then I think there's a cluster. It's the big one. I think there's also a large amethyst bud. This is the large one. So technically we also need to make farms for stuff like that. But there's really not much that you can do. So the only thing I could imagine you could do is to have a player that stands just in the right distance, holding down left mouse button, and as soon as this would grow, the hitbox would also increase, and then you could automatically mine it. Then you could maybe move the player around in a water stream, so you could cover multiple of those. But yeah, this is all rather slow and not really satisfying. So in general, I really don't like working with those geodes and making farms for it. We might just, yeah, make a AFK account for all 4 sizes and just farm a stack or so of those. But yeah, there's really not a really nice, clever solution inside for those kinds of farms. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this recap. We'll come up with something for tomorrow. Thanks guys for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.